All right, we are talking once again with Jason, and I have to ask you because I was looking at the name, I'm looking at the website. We have Ottawa Paddleshack, we also have the Trailhead Paddleshack. So I'm assuming there's a combination of something that's come together.
There is. In the last 6 months, Ottawa Paddleshack has purchased Trailhead. So we purchased the paddling and ski division back in October, and as of May 1st this year, we took over the full hiking, camping, and clothing section of the store. So we took the Paddleshack store, which was a block away from the Trailhead store, and merged it and put it inside the Trailhead and added an additional 3,500 square foot showroom.
Wow.
So we have about 11,000 square foot showroom and about 4,000 square feet of just canoes, kayaks, and stand-up paddleboards. We have about 300 display in the store at any one time.
That's amazing. I mean, it's a huge display, but also interesting to see two stores that kind of really, catered to the outdoorsmen, to people that were into adventure, to being out on the water all together. So great to see. We hit on the canoe, we hit on the paddleboards. Now we are heading into the kayaks.
So this is a 14-foot Dagger light touring kayak. We'll call it a light touring kayak just because a sea kayak is usually 15, 16, 17 feet in length. But for Ottawa and the area around here, 14 feet is a great length. It's easy to throw on the top of a car. You can still tour for a weekend if you go down to the St. Lawrence or any of the larger lakes in the area. You have 3 hatches to this kayak, so you can hold all your gear. You do have a compass mount area.
Wait. Say that again. Where's the hatches? That I can hold my gear. Okay.
So you've got one front hatch.
Right.
So this front hatch is fully watertight and sealed. So it's also a safety of an air chamber.
So that's where the goodies go. If you got your backpack and your food and anything else you might be taking with you.
Everything that you want to take. And then we've got
especially in those waterproof bags that you were talking about, using nothing that has cotton in it, but only the lightweight kind of clothes. I'm learning.
Right.
I'm getting it.
Again, this is going to be a 3-4 day trip kayak, so you're not taking a lot.
You're looking at me like I'm going to be packing a whole bunch of stuff. Some of the safety features. I know that when we went through it with the canoe, there was a number of things you had to have on board. What do you need now with the kayak?
It's exactly the same with a kayak. You're going to need your paddle and your life jacket. You're going to need 50 feet of floating rope. A lot of the time what you're going to use is actually a pump instead of a bailer. It's just easier, but a bailing device of any sort is what you do need by law, and of course your whistle.
Okay. Instruction, it's one thing to kind of get in and someone says, when you're in a canoe, I'll do most of the lead, I'll do most of the, the direction. It's different when you're by yourself in a kayak.
You're all on your own, and I think that's what appeals to most people about kayaking right now, because it is also another growing sport, is that you are doing it on your own and you're independent paddling on your own, and that's the most fun of it all.
Do you have the opportunity, as you have with the other products, to be able to rent this, to see if this is something you want to try or that you really actually like it enough to invest?
Yes, we rent this and we do demo nights on it on Wednesday nights as well. I'm
taking it different paddle sizes, or do you have, if you're looking at children who want to get involved?
So we have boats specific for children, and paddles themselves, they do come in a couple of different sizes, and the paddle size is determined by the width of the kayak, not by the height and the size of the person a lot of the time.
So depending on the size of the boat or the kayak is dependent on the kind of paddle.
Exactly.
Okay.
If it's wider, you're going to have a little bit longer paddle. So, and most of it is so you don't smash your knuckles off the side of the kayak. If it's too short for a wider, deeper boat.
Okay. So different, you'll pretty much go in, because people are going to come in and ask, what it is that they're doing, but the demo nights become a key factor, right?
A very important factor. We do sell a lot of different kayaks, and we sell a lot of different kayaks for a reason. Number one is the seating on different kayaks. A lot of different manufacturers will have different seats, and everybody's butt's different. So everybody's going to fit comfortably in a different kayak.
So, okay, is it down to this, or can you change the, sorry, I might be asking a ridiculous question, but can you change the seat depending on the type of seat you like, and change it into a different kayak?
You're not going to change seats in the kayak. Unfortunately, each manufacturer will proprietarily have that
only one, okay.
seat. But each seat itself...
It looks like you could take it out if you had to.
You could, but other seats won't fit in it just because of the size. But each seat in each kayak, it can be quite adjustable, and this one is as well. You can adjust the sides of the seat here, so it lifts up your thighs depending on how comfortable you want to be here by the lift. The thigh brace system can be adjusted forward and backwards.
Oh, I get that.
So if you have a longer leg from your knee up to your hip, or a shorter, you can adjust yourself here. And same as some will have hip pads and some won't, and that's just for comfort to tighten you in. And some seats will be, this is what they call a backband seat, which is tighter along the back lumbar support area, which is this is my favorite type of back band, but we also do have a high, I'll call lazy boy back band that will sit back, and which is very popular with other brands.
So a lot of it will be dependent on the type of seat and the way you feel, rather than kind of more on the outside or the color or the other things that affect the boat.
Exactly. A lot of the time when you come into the store, we'll find out what you're going to use the kayak for and where. We'll sit you into the boat on the floor and get the comfort first, and then we'll take you out under a demo night and paddle and make sure you know the design of the kayak is going to be right for you, whether it's stable enough for you, fast enough for you, and or again, comfort again is going to come in when you're on the water.
So you'll come into the store on demo night for these, which would be what nights?
Wednesday nights we do demo nights, and we'll have you come in the store prior to the demo night so that you can fit the boat first before going on to the demo night.
Perfect. A ton of information. You'll want to check out their website. Trailheadpaddleshack.ca is the website, or you head into the store, which is located 1960 Scott Street. Great to have you guys in. Good luck with the full embrace of the big new store under the umbrella. So nice to see, and a ton of things for you to check out if you're actually heading out to the store. Once again, 1960 Scott Street. We have to take a commercial break. We're going to be back checking in with a second segment with Ted Reeder. As I mentioned, there was a ton of food on display.